Hello everyone and welcome to this video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to understand a few important concepts related to our course. So let us get started with the understanding of the term signal. A signal is a way to represent the data. So we know that data could be there in the various forms in the nature. Data could be audio, data could be in the form of video, data could be in the form of heat or the sensitivity of light and so many things. So all these intensities, they are represented by means of signal. So whenever we want to process all that data, we have to convert all that data into signal so that it is easier for our electronic systems to process it to give us the information. And the process of converting all that signal into the suitable format and then processing all that signal to get the useful information out of it for the consumption of electronic systems and humans is known as signal processing. So now there are two types of signals. The first type of signal is analog signal and the second type of signal is digital signal. So analog signals are in the continuous range. So you can consider a sine wave or an audio signal or the voice or a sound as a analog signal. Okay, and digital signals are in the terms of zeros and ones. So an electronic image or an electronic audio or a mp3 file is a digital signal. Now there are two types of signal processing systems in the world. So the first are natural or biological signal processing systems. So these systems are because of the evolution of the various species on the planet Earth. Okay, so almost all the living entities, they are able to or they are capable of processing some sort of information in form of signal processing. So all the animals, all the sentinel animals, including human beings, they are able to process various signals. Like, so now you just consider five senses that the humans have. Okay, taste, smell, auditory sense, touch, and visual sense. Okay, so these are five different senses and these are nothing but very sophisticated signal processing systems. And electronic signals processing systems are the signal processing systems that are made by man. Okay, so first we convert all the signals that we know into electronic form and then we feed them to the electronic systems for further processing. Now, again, by the type of signals, there are two types of signal processing system: analog signal processing systems and digital signal processing system. So consider the example of sound. Okay, so whenever you make any sound or whenever you say something, that is the natural signal. Then when you convert it to electronic form, it becomes an electronic signal. And there are two ways you can convert it into. You can either convert it into an analog signal. You can actually record it on some sort of magnetic tape. That is rare nowadays. And or you can actually record it into some digital voice recorder or audio recorder. Then it becomes digital signal. So analog tape and tape recorder and analog cassette player is an analog signal processing system, and mp3 recorder and mp3 player is a digital signal processing system. So we know that image is nothing but a signal. Okay, so whenever you are going to work with images, you are working with signals. So just like there are two types of signals, there are two types of images also, based on what sort of underlying signal are representing the images. So the first type is analog images and the second type is digital images. So analog image processing means you capture the images in the analog form, and the best examples of that is analog camera or the film cameras. So on the film cameras, we actually have chemicals to process that signal and to store that signal. Means the film is coated with the photosensitive chemicals, and whenever you open and close the shutter of the camera, all the scene is recorded on that chemical photosensitive film, and then we actually process it further. Okay, we can take the printout of it or we can even modify it. Similarly, a digital image processing system is nothing but a digital camera. Okay, this is a very good example of it. You can just have a camera with CMOS digital sensor, and then it will open and close the shutter, and the image will be recorded in the digital memory. Okay, and first of all, it will be fetched by the digital sensor, and then it will be converted into electronic signals, and all those signals will be stored in a digital memory. And you can just go ahead and do a lot of activities with that digital image. So that is a camera becomes a digital image processing system, a computer is a digital image processing system, even your printer is actually a kind of digital image processing system. It actually converts digitally stored images into an analog output, okay, by taking a printout on a paper. So these were all the important concepts when you work with the topic of digital image processing. So let's have a review of all the terms that we have seen in this video lecture. So we gotten started with signal, then we moved on to signal processing. Then we learned that there are two types of signals, analog signals and digital signals. And in the existing world, we find two types of signal processing systems: electronic signal processing systems and biological signal processing systems. Electronic signal processing systems are again categorized into two parts: analog signal processing system and digital signal processing system. So an image is nothing but a signal, and image processing is a subdomain of signal processing. So similarly, as image processing has got similarly as signal processing has got analog and digital categorization, even image processing has got analog and digital categorization. So we saw even examples of analog image processing systems, and we even saw the examples of digital image processing systems. So in this entire course, we are going to deal more with digital image processing systems. So thanks a lot for understanding the concepts related to digital image processing systems. Do let me know if you have any query related to any one of these terms and definitions. Thanks a lot for watching this video lecture, and see you all in the next video lecture.